Hello, everybody. Sorry, the lighting a little bit. It's not completely great today. It's because there's a window right above my head. But welcome to Connected Community Health Sport. My name is Jacob Kale, and I am here hosting day 62 of our completely bodyweight fitness program, which requires no equipment at all. And, to join along with this program, all you need is a little bit of space, 45 minutes of your free time, and that's about it. We always do suggest that you consult a physician or your doctor before starting an exercise program because, of course, we don't want anybody getting hurt, anybody getting injured here throughout this exercise program. And again, apologizing for the here at this moment. I thought it looked pretty good when I was back there when I was setting everything up, but I guess when I'm up close, this window's kind of shining in my face and kind of making me look like a ghost a little bit, but that's completely fine. But anyways, the week 20 here, day 62, got 8 exercises. We're doing this 65 seconds work to 25 seconds of rest, so pretty intense workout we got coming up today. And, I also just want to say for anybody that's new here, finding us for the first time, welcome. Really appreciate you being here, watching this live or recorded. Our goal is to just make health and fitness successful. And one of the ways we are doing this is through our live exercise streams, completely body weight, as I said. And, just trying to get people healthy, get people moving. And we do a lot more as well, from in-home personal training to the virtual training, group training, blog posts, a lot of social media stuff. Go check us out at connectedchs.com. Learn more about us. But, enough of that. I don't want to take up too much of your time here this morning. I'm going to get what is it? Let me get the timer out here. Apologize for the delay. So like I said, I'm doing 65 seconds of work to 25 seconds of rest. There we go. And I'm going to lead you through a quick 5-minute warm-up, and then we're going to get into the work here. So follow along with me. I'll walk you through the movements. Now let me make sure this is up and running. All right, we are all set. So follow along with me, and I'll show you what we're doing for the warm-up. So one of my favorite moves to do in the warm-up is to just get the mid-back moving. So I have the arms out like you're driving a car, and you are just rotating back towards the wall. And as you can see, a little bit of a different stream setup. Normally, I am streaming from my living room, and I know I got a lot of equipment behind me, but trust me, you don't need it for today's workout. Completely body weight. But, wasn't able. Got a little bit of a project going on in the living room right now. Didn't really have space. So we're kind of making do. So I know the lighting isn't great, but hey. You won't be able to really see my face, but you'll be definitely able to still see the workout, see what movements we're going through today. So hopefully that will suffice. All right, now that we got that mid-back warmed up, we're going to start working on the hips a little bit here. I'm actually going to change my screen a little bit just because it's a little bit small here. All right. So going into the hip movements now, moving the hip out and coming back in. I've called these hip openers. This is external rotation, moving the hip out, internal as you're coming back in. Great way to kind of get the hips warmed up, get the blood flowing a little bit. Same thing, you can always grab onto a wall, whatever you need. You got a little bit of traffic here coming through, but same thing. Go from here. Hopefully you have enough space and you're not crowded. A little bit back here, but same thing. Hey, I'm still making it work. Same thing you can still do. Smooth, whether you've got a wall, whatever you need. So, all right, we're going to do a few more of these. Keep getting the hips warmed up. And all right, now let's work on the neck a little bit here. One of my favorite ways to do this one is to just look around as far as you can when you're going. So say I'm just trying to look, to the left, to the right. That's how I'm kind of moving my head, like I'm trying to draw a circle with my eyes, really moving through my neck's full range of motion. Same thing, I always do stress that you don't want to go, to your end-to-end range. You are trying to look around and move within your range of motion, but you really don't want to be forcing things. Like I say for myself, I do sleep on my stomach, so my head is always turned throughout the night. And this can be a great way to just get some movement going back in the neck, especially before getting into a workout, because a lot of our body position comes from where our head is in space. All right, now we got the neck feeling pretty good. We're gonna work on a little bit more hip motion. So this is one, you're gonna be on all fours. You're gonna have one leg out to the side, like so. You're just gonna be rocking back and forth here. Like this one, you can feel a good stretch right in the groin, in the side of the hip. I think we're going to go for about 10 rocks. Back and forth. I got one more. And then we're going to be switching sides. Same thing, we're going to go 10 again on this side. You're just kind of shifting the body weight back. I'm not really moving back too far. But a good way to stretch this out a little bit before going into the workout today. And also, I just want to say a quick shout out for everybody that stopped in during our question and answer live stream workout marathon on Sunday. It's a really good time. And, we got some good questions, some good workout challenges. Rashid over here doing one of his first streaming sessions here with us. Another one of our partners here at Connected Community Health Sport did a 33-minute wall sit, doing 1 minute on, 1 minute off. Pretty impressive stuff. And Seth Spicer running the Monday sessions biking over 100 miles during that stream. And we do not suggest that you work out like 6 hours or about 6 hours or so straight like we're doing in our live stream, but just bringing awareness to health and fitness, trying to do something fun, get people involved, get people maybe get to know us a little bit better than what they see in just our live streams. So we got one more move here in the warm-up. We're gonna do some shoulder circles. So I'm just gonna start small, moving the arm forward. I see we got a comment here in the chat. Luke Isaiah, good to see you. Good to see you. How you doing today, Luke? Simply just rolling these shoulders forward, pretending like you are drawing those small circles in the air. Gonna keep moving here for a few more reps, and now we're gonna be going backwards. Really just getting that shoulder joint warmed up. All right, now let's open it up really big here. As you might notice, usually I do have my Connected Community Health Support shirt on, but I forgot to do my laundry, so no fancy t-shirt today. We're going with the plain gray. But reverse the other way, finish up going forward with these arm circles. My shoulders are definitely burning a little bit here, but that's exactly what we want. A little bit. Get those muscles active, get them ready for the workout that we have in store today. So for our first move, we have our hinge pattern. And same thing, you can just put your foot up on the edge of the couch, the edge of the wall. I'm going to bring this in here just to show a little bit of a different variation. But really, we're just reaching down to the ground. I'm trying to reach down on my toes. Slight bend in the knee. As you can see, my hips are going backwards as I reach down to the ground. So another variation of here, put your foot up against the wall, couch, chair, anything. And you can do this single leg too, and hopefully not push the bench over. Same thing, so the same movement pattern, just doing it single leg now. The same thing, choose your variation, do what works for you. We're gonna get going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So same thing, if you're going with the double leg variation or just a standard, reach to the ground or deadlift as some people call it. Just reaching down to the ground and standing back up. You're going with a single leg variation, and then you can step the foot back. You can put it up against a wall, chair, floor, whatever that may be. The same thing, you find that variation that works for you. I'm still kind of trying to get my legs moving a little bit. Sometimes in the first, 1 or 2 exercises, you can still kind of be warming up a little bit. We do try to keep the warm up a little bit on the shorter end. Still want to give you a good warm up, but we do want to try to keep this to a 45-minute workout. Especially people that have time to finish. Maybe you're doing this on your lunch break, whatever it may be. Trying to just make it, give you just enough to have a good workout. 3, 2, 1, and great job. So it's gonna go quick. Only a 25-second rest. We got toe touch to fly. So this one's gonna be in the bent over position. Arms are gonna be out, and you're reaching down and doing a full reverse fly with that opposite arm. And so another variation, but hold on, we're gonna get going in 3, 2, 1. So reaching and pulling up into that fly. Same thing, another variation here is you can rest the other arm on the inside of the knee. Same thing, it can be hard to hold this position with your legs, especially after doing some of these other hinging exercises right before. And same thing, nothing wrong with it. You can still get a great workout. You're still going to be feeling this in the legs, getting the shoulders, getting this pull motion going. The same thing, just like that hinge position. I'm letting my hand slide down. I'm getting into that flat back position. And I'm reaching down. Same thing, you don't got to reach all the way down to your toes as well. And maybe you're going up a little bit higher. The same thing, you just reach to that spot on the ground. You're still going to be getting that reaching motion, that pulling motion with that fly. Great job, everybody watching this live or recorded. 3, 2, 1. Great job. 25 seconds of rest. We got our double pull to press. This one can be done from a kneeling variation or standing. Just like last week, we were going across the body with one arm. Now we're going across the body with both arms. And same thing, you can mix it up a little bit, go 1 over, same thing, right over, then left over. We're gonna get going, 3, 2, 1, let's go. And same thing from your knees as well. You can do the same variation, just making this double Y formation. Really great exercise. This one feels really good, in my opinion, and definitely gets that back of the shoulder working for 65 seconds. Great work, everybody. And same thing, another thing here is try to minimize it. This could be really to get a little bit of a lean back here. If you can, try to keep the body still. You see, it's just kind of my shoulders. I am getting a little bit of torso movement, but it's not exaggerated, leaning back into it. Try to keep, like to say, get into a position where you feel like nobody can push you over, even if you're on your knees. If you're standing, just bringing the arms up, trying to keep the core engaged. I use that term loosely because engaged can mean a few different things. 3, 2, 1, and done. Next move, a little bit complicated here. So it's going to be a side step to elbow. So you're going to be foot. So we're going to say starting in, out, to the knee, out, in, out, to the knee, out, in, out, to the knee. So a little bit of a step, and we're going to be switching halfway through. So we're going to get ready in 3, 2, 1. Let's go, everybody. Out, in, out, to the knee. Ooh, out, in, out, to to the knee. The pattern here can be a little bit confusing, but once you kind of get in the rhythm of it, it can get a little bit better, or a little bit easier. Same thing, we're getting a little bit of this lateral movement out to the side, getting some of the step. Great cardio, great core, hips, all this stuff coming together. We're gonna switch it up now. So other leg to the opposite elbow, out, in, out, elbow, out, in, out to the elbow. Great job, everybody. Let's keep moving through this. Same thing, even that leg that's not moving is going to be doing some work here to keep your stability. Same thing, you don't got to step out a lot. You can keep it real short, out, in, out. Same thing, it's all up to you. I'm just here to guide you through 3, 2, 1. Can't stress it enough. Do the workout to your intensity, to your liking. Try to keep yourself going. You're going to have to find that pace for yourself individually. Next move, we got lateral squat or regular squat or box squat, whatever you want to do. So lateral squat, a little bit different. Wider stance, you're going to be leaning side to side. I just want variation, or we could just be doing squats, or just always grab a chair. We can do box squats as well. But choose your variation. We're going 3, 2, 1. Let's go. We're trying to lateral squat variation, and then going side to side. I like to think of it as just like a squat. You know, I'm putting my hips back. The same thing, I'm still from the side. I see, look, same pattern. I'm just going more onto one leg here. Sometimes I like to think about it, it's like, you know, if you were like falling on this side and you were trying to catch yourself, you're kind of just like leaning into the step. It's like a single leg squat variation. A little bit, not really a single leg squat, but you see what I'm saying? It's more single leg dominant. If you want to go with that variation, the same thing. You can still get a great workout going, just body weight squat. We're going for 65 seconds, so you're definitely going to feel this one. Great work, everybody. 3, 2, 1. That's how you do it. Great job. We got push-ups coming up next. A few variations. When you go elevated surface, couch, chair, maybe you do have a bench. You can do the push-ups from here. You can do them from the ground on your toes, from your knees. You can go from the wall. You really just want to get this pushing motion. Find the variation that works for you. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. You're going from my knees for this first set. Same thing, finding that range of motion that works for you. Another variation here is, you know, just pushing from the ground. You don't even have to move from the ground in this position. Just pushing yourself away, you're just going to get those muscles engaged in the back and the chest. So find that variation that works for you. Cannot stress that enough. Great job, everybody. And I also want to say, for anybody watching live or might be seeing this recorded, you know, I just want to say that a lot of times we were putting the replay in the front of the title when we were doing these restreams, so people know that this isn't live. We don't want to confuse people. But also, there's only about 3 different search terms that are visible when you are restreaming these on Twitch, YouTube, things of that nature. I'll finish this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm done. But we just didn't want to. We don't want to mislead people. This is going to be replayed multiple times throughout this today and tomorrow. But you know, sometimes, you know, you might not even know what the workout or what the stream is going to be, because all you're going to see is replay day 54 and then half of a word. Anyways, push-ups are done. We got alternating shoulder extension coming up next. This one's going to be done from a bent over position, alternating arms, thumbs up to the ceiling when you're in front. We're going in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Same thing, I'm getting in that strong bent over position, alternating the arms. Great full body workout. You're getting the legs from holding this position, being strong here, and alternating the arms, getting that back, shoulders, triceps, all that good stuff working. And same thing, another thing here, if this is getting a little bit difficult to hold this position, maybe you want to do a few with one arm, and switch to the other. Same thing, maybe you want to put your forearm down your knee, maybe put your hand down on your knee and go one at a time. Just find that variation that works for you. We're going to keep going a little bit. I'm just going to check this comment. Oof, I'm sweaty. Just FYI, your guys' whole team is dope. Thank you for that, Luke. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad you're enjoying the workout today. It definitely was a tough one. 3, 2, 1, and done. 25 seconds. Last move here in this variation. I'm going to pause this for a second because this move can be a little bit complicated. I want a little bit of extra time to demo this one. So you can use a chair, you can use the floor, find that variation that works good for you. So if you're using a chair, you're gonna have the hands on the chair, you're gonna walk the feet out and then come back in. You can do the same thing. I know the wall here is not great. Right here it's probably kind of hard to see, but same thing, you can push your hands into the wall, walk the feet out, and then walk them back in. This is our inchworm move. If you want to challenge yourself, here this is a pretty tough variation, but you can go from the standing position, drop the hands to the ground, walk them out, walk them back in, stand up, then going back through. You're not going to get a lot of reps with this one. It is a little bit of a longer move. Can be pretty tough though, so pace yourself, find your variation. Last move of the first set. We got 2 more times through, and stick around for those nutrition tips at the end. But 5 seconds, we're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Luke, if you weren't sweating now, you're definitely going to be sweaty after this one, because this one pretty tough. I really like this one too, because this is a great full body exercise. You're getting into what I like to think, it's hard to really be conscious of your form. Your back is bending, your core. There's a lot of different parts moving in this one, and your body just kind of has to figure it out as you're moving through, whether you're doing this from the wall, the ground, how much tension you have to create to maintain that hold. I really love this exercise. Always feels great after getting this one done, but definitely can be pretty tired. Good work here. 15 more seconds. Try to get 1 or 2 more if you can. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Wow, great job, everybody. First round down. I'm already sweating, already getting a great workout in. Second round coming up, we got our hinge pattern. Only got 15 seconds, short rest periods. We're gonna be keeping that heart rate up the whole time. Just reaching down to the ground, single leg variation as well. You can take a step back, like you're picking up that box off the ground. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Same thing. I want you to keep in mind, anybody find this for the first time, this is a full year-long program, believe it or not. When we originally wrote this up, it's all science-based, designed for weight loss, designed to help you build muscle, lose weight, and time-effective exercises. By keeping that heart rate up, doing these longer work, the shorter rest ratios. But you got to also keep in mind is that, this is day 62 of our program. This is feeling pretty intense for you at this point. I know we try to have some variations for everybody, but check out the YouTube, check out, the Facebook, the Twitch. We have all of our previous workouts recorded there. You can start with us along from day 1, because we really do build up to this point. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Hinge done. We got our toe touch to fly. Arms are going to be out, reaching down, coming back, a little bit of core, a little bit of a pull. And same thing, you can go 1 arm at a time. It can be tough. You were just lunging for 65 seconds straight. So you can rest the arm on there. We're going to be going in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Just gonna make a quick little adjustment real quick because I realized that I can put the workout on here. Just gonna put that up there. So in case I get a little bit off course, hope you're still moving along with that though. Oh, crap. All right, we're all good. We're all good. Back to the workout. At least for me, I hope you're still moving along with it. And so to put this into perspective, 65 seconds of work to 25 seconds of rest here at day 62. 45-minute workout on day, sorry, coming out of the move a little bit early. But on day 1, we did 20 seconds of work to 40 seconds of rest, half-hour workout. And the moves were a little bit less advanced at this point. These are pretty complicated. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job with that. So yeah, moves are a little bit complicated. Working for twice as much time as we were on that first week. And same thing, we were going 3 days a week, now we're going 4 days a week. We've really been progressively building up in this program. So if you want to join along for day 1, check out the YouTube, check out the Facebook. Ooh, all right, double arm shoulder press. Remember, coming across the body. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Same thing, just moving out in a Y. Back of the hands to the wall. This one definitely lighten up the back of the shoulders. Good work, everybody. Same thing, this is another one where sometimes when I'm standing more, I feel like I'm leaning back a little bit more. I personally really enjoy doing this one for my knees. I feel like I have a little bit more control of my core. I feel like I can keep a little bit better form. 30 seconds, everybody. I know the shoulders are burning, but come on, fight through it. But hey, if it's getting to that point, there's nothing wrong with taking a break. Same thing, maybe you can take 5 or 10 seconds in the middle of the set, catch your breath, and get right back into it. Same thing, this is all about your intensity. We're setting some loose, movement guidelines, so really you have your pick, you have your say, and we are done. Sorry, no countdown there, I got a little bit off track. But side step to elbow. This one definitely gonna get the heart rate up as well. So remember, out, in, out to the elbow, out, in, out to the elbow. We're gonna get going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out, in, out to the elbow, out, in, out to the elbow. Keep moving with that. I'm gonna check what's in the chat. I have to do the sitting down versions, but I'm sweating. No, that's completely fine, man. That's awesome. I'm really glad to hear that you're sticking with it. And there's nothing wrong with that. I like this thing. Well, I'm not like to think, it's the truth, is that, exercise really is individualized. What's going to take somebody else to see results, to see adaptation, it's going to be different from everybody else. Going to the other side now, I like to use that as the example that, so out, in, out to the elbow, out, in, out to the elbow, out, in, out to the elbow. I like to say, for, a marathoner, somebody that's in the Olympics, for them to improve their current health and fitness, for a marathoner, they're going to have to run hundreds of miles a week to get adaptation. I'm getting off pace. So I'm done with that one. Guess I can't talk and do the walk at the same time. But hold on, I am going to get to that. Let me just go. We got lateral squats. So the same thing if you're going to be in a wide stance. Shifting side to side. Same here, Luke. You're doing this in the chair. You can still get some variations here. The same thing. Even if it's just leaning in to that side of the body where you're, putting some, some loading up this leg and coming back. Same thing. You're still leaning into one side of the hips. It still can be accomplishing the same goal as the lateral squats. Or same thing. Even just sitting to standing up. Great variation here. But what I was getting back to there, Luke, is that, For say, oh yeah, with the marathoner, for that marathoner to create change in their health and fitness, they're gonna have to do hundreds of miles a week. For myself, somebody that doesn't run at all, I'm gonna see some results, see some adaptation by probably running half a mile a week because I don't do much cardio at all, to be honest with you. Well, besides the exercise program, I don't do running, I guess, is cardio. But, just with that being said, is that, you don't have to go crazy to see results. If you're doing more than what you were doing the day before, if you're constantly working towards that health and fitness goals, you're going to see results. And, hey, showing up here, first step, making that mental change to say, I want to be happier, I want to be healthier. Great job with that. Lateral squats done. We got push-ups coming up next. Remember, multiple variations here. You can go over to the wall. The further your feet are away, the harder it's going to be moving into the wall and pushing yourself away. Same thing if you're on your knees, on your toes, on a bench. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Same thing. This could be the edge of the couch, edge of your chair, whatever it may be. Same thing. The closer you get to the ground, the harder it's going to be. So same thing with the wall. That's why the further you step your feet out and you have to push, the harder that push is going to be. That's why one of the harder variations is going to be, to be on your toes and to be parallel to the ground. But even same thing, moving up to a bench, a counter, something that's a little bit higher, same thing. You can make it a little bit easier for yourself. Great work, everybody. We got about 20 more seconds to go with this one. Come on, 10 seconds, push through, everybody. You got this. 3, 2, 1. Great job. Got alternating shoulder extension. This one. Try from this bend over position. Or same here, if you're trying this from a seated variation, do the same thing, just get a little bit of a lean back. And then you can still get those shoulders moving. We're gonna get going in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So, same thing. Sorry, alternation. Hold on, I'm gonna check the chat here in a second. Keep moving with alternating shoulder extension. I've been rewatching the female 4x400 from the Olympics. It's inspiring. They're so fast. Yeah, no, it really is. It's really, truly incredible athletes. It really goes to show. These are people that have really dedicated their life to their health and fitness. Something that really does take a lot of discipline, a lot of willpower, and it really is truly inspiring. The same thing, even just to have that type of dedication to your goals, whether it's, in your job, in your career, your health, for your fitness, whatever your kind of passion is, to be that disciplined that you can dedicate your life and get to that level. Definitely inspiring. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job with that one. We got our inchworm coming on up. So remember, walking the hands out and coming back. You can do this on the edge of your chair. Walk the feet out and come back. Or same thing from the wall, as always. Same thing, just push those hands into the wall, step the feet out, and walk it back in. You're gonna have to use core, shoulders, all that good stuff. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Open still in frame. Walking the hands out and coming back in. This one is tough. But great job, everybody. Remember, find your variation, find that pace that's working for you, and try to keep it up. We're more than halfway there. We only got about 20 seconds left. You got this. There you go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really great job, everybody. Awesome job. So that is 2 times through. We're going in for the final round. Now I was going to have our pillar of the week, which is nutrition. We got some health tips. Also got our quote of the week too. Going to share that here at the end. But we got our hinge pattern coming up in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So remember, just bending down. Hips are going back like you're picking a box up off the ground. Reaching down. Like you got to tie your shoe. The same thing, you can go with a single leg as well. And same thing if you want to go with a seated variation. This can also work as well. Same thing. Even just reaching down to your toes and coming back. You can go into a single leg variation, reach over one leg, reach down to the ground. You're still going to have to use your legs and get that hinge pattern. The hinge pattern really is just bending over and coming back and using the glutes, not just, bending at the back. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit of back bend. Trying to keep the chest up nice and tall. So when you're bending over, it's going to have to come from the legs to do that work instead of the low back. We got about 10 more seconds here. Keep moving through those variations. 3, 2, 1. Really great job with that. Last round, toe touch to fly. Same thing, bent over position. You make this T, this airplane motion, reaching across the body, coming back up. You can also reach or lift the arm, or if you want to try that seated variation, same thing, you can still be bent over and reach across. Can be a little bit, and same thing, you can reach the side of your toe and come across. And still get a great workout from a completely seated variation. The key thing is to try to get the thing in the seated position. If you're going to be doing the seated, trying to get as flat to your knees as possible. Same thing, just because the more you're going against gravity there, the more intense that one will be. Same thing, we show a little bit more of the seated variation. Just the same thing, this can be a great workout. All you gotta do is challenge yourself on that intensity that works for you. Good job, everybody. Come on, 10 seconds, keep it up. You got this, don't quit now. Come on, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job with that, everybody. So we got 20 more seconds. Double, pull to press. Same thing, find your variation. Seated, standing, kneeling. Same thing if you're doing the seated. Same motion, try to stand up nice and tall. And get that wide motion from the seated. Same thing, you go from your knees, from standing up, whatever works for you. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Making that wide motion, trying to control the core. Not get too much of a lean back. Definitely burning the traps here in this third set. Now, I didn't think about how challenging this would be for 65 seconds. Last week, it didn't seem that bad. We were going one arm at a time. The same thing. You can alternate this one too. That's also probably a great variation to modify this one because it can be pretty intense. Going both at the same time. Find that variation that works for you. There we go, 20 more seconds. Come on, everybody. You got this. Oh, let's burn. Come on, we're almost done with this workout. It's gonna be a lot of willpower here in this home stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job with that. That was a tough one. We got our side step to the elbow. So remember, when we're here, out, in, out to the knee. Out, in, out to the knee. And we're going to be switching sides halfway through. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. out, and out to the knee. Great work, everybody. Same thing if you're trying to from the seat, variation. You still get that set out, and out, out, and out. The same thing, you don't gotta get the knee up super high. Even just getting a little bit, you're gonna have to use those quads, you're gonna have to use the core to just get this leg moving. The same thing, modify, find that variation. That's gonna feel good for you. We're switching sides though. Out and out to the knee, out and out to the knee. Come on, everybody, 20 seconds, let's power through. Good work. I know you're working hard behind that screen. I can't see it, but I know you are. Oh, messed up my step. Out and out to the knee. Last one, and we are done. Come on. 4 more moves. What do you got in you? Lateral squats coming up. So if you're going from the standing variation, I like to think you're getting too wide. So kind of like you're just shifting the weight side to side, like you're just landing on this leg a little bit. The same thing. You can just go bodyweight squats. You can do box squats. Choose your variation. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Going side to side here. Great work. Whew. We're getting into the home stretch of the workout here. Same thing. It definitely, so a bit of mental toughness here, just as much as it's physical. Your body's getting tired. I'm feeling fatigued. Nervous system's probably getting a little fatigued. The same thing. I like to think this is where, the money's made. These few extra sets where your body's tired and you're gonna push just a little bit harder to push through. That's where I feel like adaptation comes from. You're not pushing yourself to absolute limit. You're not trying to destroy yourself here. But if you're pushing yourself to a point where you're saying in your head, oh, this is pretty challenging, that's when you know your body's like, okay, I'm going to have to get stronger if I want to keep doing this. 3, 2, 1, and done. Our body and mind is incredible at adapting. If you put it in a situation consistently where for it to keep functioning properly, it's going to have to adapt, and your body will do so. You keep exercising consistently, our body's going to have to get stronger to keep up with the demand you're placing on it. We got push-ups coming in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Same thing, I already went through the variations: wall, ground, chair. Pick your poison. 65 seconds of push. I don't care if you're a bodybuilder. This is going to be tough. Just find the variation that works for you. That's really the main thing. The bodybuilder who's going to get tired doing this is going to, have like 45 pound plates on his back and all this crazy stuff. The same thing you got to work within your fitness goals at your current fitness level. When you keep pushing the envelope and you keep staying consistent with it, you're going to see results. Ten seconds. I gotta take a break mid-set. 3, 2, 1. Great job, everybody. That is tough. Pushing is not my strong suit, but hey, we're getting it done. I'm definitely improving my pushing strength with these workouts. So we got alternating shoulder extension. So I'm getting that bent over position, alternating the thumb up. 3, 2, 1. Let's get after it. Come on, exercises. What do you got in the tank? Ooh, got a little bit out of rhythm. Come on, you got this, everybody. Same thing, you get a little bit of a swinging motion to it, get some rhythm. Or same thing, you can do a little bit of hold, That's going to make it a little bit more challenging. Same thing, find your variation. Find that pattern that works for you. Good work, 20 more seconds. Come on, keep it up. Gonna be tough on the legs, tough on the arms. Same thing if you want to. It can be really tough on legs. You want to go one arm at a time. Maybe switch it up. That's fine too. But 3, 2, 1. We are done. Last move, inchworm. Finishing out strong. Remember, if you go from the wall, the arms are stationary. You're walking the feet out, walking it back in. Same thing if you're going from an elevated surface. Also, walking the feet out and coming back in. But if you're trying from the ground, you're going to be walking the hands out. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1 minute and 5 seconds of inchworm. And then you are done. Going into a little bit of a deload week next week. Great job, everybody. 45 seconds left. Come on, don't give up on me now. 30 seconds. You got this. Come on, 10 more. Get 1 or 2 more reps. You can get 1 more. 3, 2, 1, and done. All right, everybody. Give yourself a round of applause, pat on the back. Great job today. Whether you watch this live or recorded, this is not an easy workout. So you're here still watching here at the end. Doesn't matter if you took breaks. Doesn't matter if you did more intense variations than what I was doing. You did a great job today. And, making that mental commitment, even show up for this workout, to watch this video, is showing mental change is happening. And you're going to reach your health and fitness goals. So, with that said, though, let's get into a little bit of a cool down. We were working hard for a good 45 minutes. So, let's cool it down. So, you can tell I'm a lot out of breath. You can probably tell by the end of those announcements. But we're just going to be switching the arms over, like this, call this the give yourself a hug stretch. Same thing, you're just alternating right over, then left over. Just kind of hitting yourself on the back of the shoulders, on the back. Just giving a little bit of a dynamic stretch here. We're going to keep moving through that. And as always, stay hydrated, get a drink during the workout if you need it. I'm going to grab one myself. And then keep hugging it out for a few more seconds. All right. Shoulders shaking out a little bit. Let's work on some leg swings. Then you can grab onto a wall if you want the extra stability. A little bit of dynamic stretch for the leg. Just kind of letting it swing back and forth. Not trying to get a ton of range of motion here. This should be a stretch, not a workout. Ooh. Definitely requires some balance. If you're not going with the walls, I can see I can barely keep myself up. All right, we're going to switch the legs now. Same thing. I know the lighting is getting worse, it seems like. And then just getting that leg swinging a little bit. And as always, like I said, nothing wrong grabbing a wall. Actually can help you get a little bit more range there with that one. But done with that. One of my other favorite leg moves, leg stretches like cool downs, whatever you want to call it. Sitting down in a chair, and we're just going to do some light leg kicks. Get some movement going in that knee. We're doing a lot of squatting, a lot of loading in that knee. Let's just return some range of motion to that joint. Get some leg kicking, about 15 to 20 just leg extensions. Same thing going on the other side. Again, this kind of same thing. Our knee doesn't have a ton of range of motion. You know, it has very little movement side to side. Most of that side to side movement comes from your hip. Our knee basically just, you know, flexes, extends, flex and extend. So, you know, if you want to just get things moving here in this joint, it doesn't have a whole lot of different movement patterns. Obviously, you can load it different ways with squats, different places of stress on the body. But as far as the joint anatomically, fairly simple. Just like your elbow. Your elbow, you can pretty much just flex and extend. Knees, very similar. Shoulders and hips, very similar. Ankles and feet, very similar. Forearms, very similar. So your body is pretty, I want to say body is pretty similar to this. Talking about that, but you know what I'm saying. You know, everything. Our body's designed in specific ways, and a lot of joints are similar, so you can train them in similar ways. But with that said, I got one more move for the cool down. So one of my favorite ones then is you can do this even lying down, sitting down, whatever it may be. I personally think it works really good from a lying down position, and that is some deep breathing, a really great way to get, you know, the parasympathetic nervous system activated, which brings you to a more relaxing state, gets that heart rate down. So I like doing this on the ground. Lie down on your back. You put your hand on your stomach if you'd like. Take some deep breaths into the nose, then out through the mouth. Try to be exhaling longer than you're inhaling. When you're inhaling, really feel your stomach, your lower abdomen fill up with air, and slowly blow all that air out. Try to get about 10 deep breaths to finish up this workout, to get yourself into that more relaxed state. And while you're doing that, I will let you all know about some interesting health tips. Oh, I didn't even see your thing. It says, dang, y'all are strong. Thanks for the help. Thank you. I appreciate that, Luke. You know, same thing, it really does. It just takes consistency. You know, I'm not the strongest person by any means, but, you know, I've been relatively consistently working out since I'm 23 now, right around probably 17 or 16. I really started taking it more seriously. And, you know, same thing, that's just been, you know, 3 days a week for, you know, multiple years. Had some injuries and stuff along the way. Obviously wasn't training all the time, but same thing, you know, even being consistent for, you know, a few months, even, you know, 1 month of consistency can create a lot of changes physically and mentally. And that's why we're really doing this stuff. We really, you know, fitness has been a large part of my life. It's helped me a lot physically and mentally. And, you know, it's really just a stress relief and, you know, kind of an outlet, hobby, whatever you want to call it. But, you know, it's been very beneficial for me, and same thing my partners with, you know, Seth, with Adam. This is all something we are all very passionate about, and, you know, we've seen how it's been able to help us, and that's why we really want to do the same thing and try to help others through our passion, which, you know, is health and fitness. But yeah, so want to talk a little bit about nutrition here. Yes, I am. Yeah, I believe Seth here, he runs the Mondays at 7:30 session. He is 24, I am 23, and Adam Fox runs those Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. He is also 23. Age is just a number. You're only as old as you feel, as old as you think you are. But let's go into a little bit of health and fitness tips. Where is this document? So let me tell you a little bit about the quote of the week. where this food can either be the safest and most powerful form of medicine or the slowest form of poison. That's by Anne Wigmore. And, I think this is, thank you again, Luke. I really appreciate that. But, this quote I think is really important because, even being at your most powerful form of medicine, and a lot of even, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that medicine and everything isn't, good for you, but a lot of these, synthetic compounds are based off of, chemicals and things that are organically growing in this environment that are properties from, different things. Obviously, they can take all these properties and chemicals and synthetically make it into, amazing medicines that have been able to help people. But same thing where, just not having a lot of this right nutrients and things in your diet can significantly impact your health. And same thing, not getting these nutrients can be, as the quote says, your slowest form of poison. Because, same thing, it can have a large impact on your health, your diet, and your nutrition. So we just wanted to go over a few tips of how, you can create healthier eating habits to, whether your goal is to, lose weight, gain weight, just, get more, fruits and vegetables, get more vitamins and minerals. Because same thing, even a lot of these chemicals and things and these nutrients and foods are important for your, your physical and your mental health, even, to produce the right hormones, to keep the right chemical balances in your brain, from to just having the right digestive health, to keep your, bodily systems functioning. But so here are some of my health tips for you. And so first off is that if you're looking to try to create a diet, you need to have something that is sustainable. There's all these diet fads like the keto diet and, the no carb, low carb, this, that, or the other thing. There's lots of diets that, have shown to be effective, but you really have to question in terms of, is this sustainable? Can I really be doing this for months and months on end without getting really sick of this diet or just not enjoying it? Your diet should be something that you enjoy and, it doesn't have to be clean and, you don't have to eat fruits and vegetables strictly, the only thing you eat every single day. But you still have variety and still have a healthy diet that's sustainable. And so one of my biggest tips for that is to, incorporate foods that you enjoy, incorporate flavors that you enjoy. But really what it comes down to is calories in and calories out, depending on how much calories you're burning a day. You have your basal metabolic rate, which is how many calories that you burn a day doing absolutely nothing. The average person burns around 1,500 calories a day doing absolutely nothing. So if you're looking to gain weight, you're already burning 1,500 calories a day doing absolutely nothing. If you're exercising, things of this nature, you're going to have to have additional calories if you're going to want to gain weight. The same thing with losing weight, depending on how many calories you're burning a day and exercising, an extra pound is 3,500 extra calories. So say if, you're burning 2,000 calories a day, but you're eating 2,500 calories a day, that could mean over the course of a week, you could gain 1 pound of having a 500 calorie surplus every day because 3,500 calories is 1 pound. And so same thing, making it sustainable, like you can have foods you enjoy, but still also, stay within your caloric goals, stay within your limits. One thing I highly suggest for doing that is, same thing, you don't have to go crazy with it and do it all the time. But for myself personally, of learning how many, just even getting an idea of how many calories are in these specific foods is MyFitnessPal. I think is a great application. Give you a rough estimate based on your activity level of how many calories you are going to be burning a day. And same thing, you can just scan a barcode of your food and see how many calories. When I first started using it, I was astonished by how many calories were in certain foods. You get, a pastry or something like that at the gas station or something like that. Just getting a snack or something like that. I know it's not the healthiest thing, but then, looking it up on the app and it's like, oh, wow, those, 400 calories or something like that. And something that's very small and not very filling. So that kind of leads into my other tip is, picking nutrient and caloric dense foods. They're not caloric dense, but nutrient dense foods that are going to keep you filling for longer. Something like that pastry that has 400 calories and isn't very filling. 400 calories worth of fruit. It's a lot of fruit. One perspective, that's a banana. It's about 100 calories. An apple could be, 80 to 90. something like that. Obviously, fruit and pastry, different, but, still have a sugar content. You can still kind of crave that, sugar craving. And you could eat, 2 bananas, an apple, and a ton of grapes. And, you're still going to be a lot more quantity of food and, less caloric expenditure than that. And same thing with whole grains, nutrient dense foods. Whole grains take a longer time to digest and break down. They can help keep you full for longer if your goals are weight loss. So that's another thing. And another thing about this, like I said, having a cheat meal, having that pastry isn't a bad thing. You don't have to, go crazy. You can treat yourself. You can still enjoy food. I definitely do enjoy my sweets as well, but, I make sure, obviously in moderation. And, I'm not saying I'm like, hey, if I eat this, I need to go work out, and for an extra, 30 minutes today, if I'm going to eat this food. I'm not obsessing over it to that extent. But, say I'm like, hey, I got a weekend where maybe I'm going out with some friends. I know I'm, not going to be eating the healthiest. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to make sure I get a really good workout in before this weekend and, to kind of, not make up for it. But same thing, you can still have, you don't have to have every day being, tracking all your calories, all that stuff. And I'm kind of backtracking a little bit, but even I don't use the MyFitnessPal every day, but there's periods where I used it for a few months and I just got an idea where I was like, hey, I can look at this. I know, hey, that's around 200 calories and I can estimate like, okay, am I within my caloric goal today? And, things of that nature. So just another quick tip. And then my last kind of tip for today is that, start with small changes and they can really cascade into, larger things, even if it's something as small as, hey, I'm going to start eating a healthier breakfast in the morning. I'm going to make sure I have at least a little bit of fruit in my breakfast in the morning. And, just a small stuff like that, how that can cascade into bigger changes where I can say for myself personally, if I start off my day with a healthy foods or maybe a workout, do something healthy for myself, that kind of works into being healthier throughout the rest of the day. Where say maybe if I started my breakfast off with, like pancakes or something more, I'm not saying pancakes are necessarily bad, but say maybe I didn't have the healthiest breakfast and then I'm like, maybe I go into my next meal, I'm not like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me personally, but sometimes when I make a bad food choice, it cascades into another bad choice. I'm like, oh, well, I already ate, 3 earlier. What's the point of eating a healthy meal now? But if I start off eating healthy today, it usually cascades into more healthy choices. So that's just another thing. And same thing, obviously, health, nutritional choices can be very, mentally taxing. I mean that, and just because, eating a healthy diet and stuff can be hard. We have cravings. It's a lot. Eating habits a lot of times can be psychological. And yeah, I don't want to get into too much of the detail about that, but there are statistics that show that close to even 60% of people that have eating disorders have some type of sort of PTSD or some sort of trauma that happened earlier in their life that is causing issues of their maybe binge eating habits or those type of things. So we'll be diving more into that in our nutrition blog that'll be coming out next week. But just a little bit of tips here at the end of the stream for you guys. Hope you all enjoyed this workout, talking about nutrition and getting a good body weight workout. We're going to be off on Wednesday. We're going to always have our restreams up, but remember, Thursday, Adam Fox, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. You don't want to miss it if you get out. But and then he's going again at 7:30 a.m. But thank you all for being here. Really appreciate the support in the stream. Hope you guys got something good out of this. Always enjoy doing this. Always feels good to talk to people and just spread information about health and wellness. Even if I can help one person out there make healthier choices, make healthier habits, that means a lot to me and brings me a lot of fulfillment. So that's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm here. If you have any other questions, comments, concerns, I'll stick around for a few minutes. Feel free, shoot me a question in the chat. Send us a message on social media. Anything I can do to help. Just this is what I love doing. This is what I went to school for. Got my bachelor's degree in fitness development. I'm working towards my master's degree in exercise science, and just couldn't be happy with the curriculum. Really found something I'm passionate about. So any questions, health, nutrition, mindset, anything about it, I'd be love to help you out. But I don't know if anyone will speak up, ask a question. If I say anything, like I said, I will stick around for a few more minutes. I do got to go shortly though, but figured I'd hang out here a little bit. And then, as always, let me plug the thing. Let me plug the website, because like I said, we offer a lot of health and fitness services as well. Check out the website all the way from the blog to our free exercise sessions, which if you're watching this, probably know about that. But we sell, wholesale exercise equipment, personal training, virtual personal training, health, just, half an hour health coaching sessions, whatever you need, really just trying to make health and fitness more accessible. But, that is, about all the time I got for today. I want to say thank you for everybody who showed up, if you're watching this live, recorded, whatever it may be. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting. And I hope you have a great day. And yeah, have a good one.